Legendary bluesman Buddy Guy on his Buzzy movie role in Sinners. Damn right. He's got the blues and the scars to show for it. A surprise extended cameo at the end of Sinners. Spoiler alert. Reveals that Sammie, who was played as a youth in the 1930s by Miles Caton, survived the film's long night of terror, thanks in part to how a resonator guitar can be used as a weapon. And he has lived on in the form of someone who looks and plays very much like Buddy Guy. It is Buddy Guy, of course, still around and still inarguably, the most legendary blues guitarist walking the planet, where he still plays at his club, much like the aged Sammie in Sinners still plays at his. Guy says, "If I could get quite a few more people speaking like you, I might consider myself as a movie actor." Then he quickly adds, "No, that's just a joke coming from me." But before we get with Buddy, a few words from the film's composer and music producer, Ludwig Göransson, who worked with Guy on his performance and on the song the bluesman plays at the end of the film, Travelin' a month before shooting. Göransson went out to Guy's Chicago club and got to swap not just musical ideas, but tales of old bluesmen like Son House, who was one of writer-director Ryan Coogler's inspirations for part. Then, in New Orleans, they filmed the all-important epilogue with Guy on the very first day of the shoot. "He had a long day, on what was actually our production's day zero," says Göransson. "There's quite a lot of dialogue he has, actually, and also there were a lot of technical things that needed to happen with Michael B. Jordan and Haley Steinfeld, with her eyes and their vampire teeth. And I was just amazed by how Buddy Guy could withstand this 12-hour workday when he's 88 years old. I was worried when we finished off with the song, because he's been doing dialogue and acting for 8, maybe 10 hours. But once we did the last scene where he's actually playing guitar, it was such a magical moment. We had a whole crew there on set, but it's like you could hear a feather drop on the ground. It was very much of a goosebump moment. That last sequence has poignance for an audience, certainly, if you know who Buddy Guy is. If you don't, it still intuitively translates, believes Göransson. I was wondering, what are kids, our younger demographic, going to think? But every time we screened the film, no one even asked, "Who's that?" It's almost like, even if the people didn't know who he was, there's like an instant feeling that this is something else, like you're seeing a magician do a magic trick. Here's our conversation with Guy, who will be out on the road this summer doing his Damn Right Encore tour, including an L.A. area date at the Cerritos Center on August 10th.